Good day. It's wonderful that we can be together again today. And I pray that through this message, you'll find that you have a community of faith which you are part of. Even though we might be far away from each other, may the Lord bless and keep you and make his face shine upon you and be gracious unto you. We're going to read today from Ephesians 2, and I'm reading from verse 1 to verse 10. And you were dead in the trespasses and sins in which you once walked, following the course of this world, following the prince of the power of the air and the spirit that is now at work in the sons of disobedience, among whom we all once lived in the passions of our flesh, carrying out the desires of the body and the mind, and were by nature children of wrath, like the rest of mankind. But God, being rich in mercy, because of the great love in which he loved us, even when we were dead in our trespasses, made us alive together with Christ. By grace ye have been saved, and raised us up with him, and seated us with him in the heavenly places in Christ Jesus, so that in the coming ages he might show the immeasurable riches of his grace and kindness towards us in Christ Jesus. For by grace ye have been saved through faith, and this is not our own doing, it's the gift of God, not a result of works, so that no one may boast. For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand that we should walk in them. We're going to read to there. Now this passage has been written to the community in Ephesians. Ephesians, or Ephesus, is quite an interesting place. Many cultures. It's a cosmopolitan city of the old days. And in this city, you'll see many gods that need to be praised, of which the Caesar also needed to be praised and seen as God. If you didn't see Caesar as God, and if you didn't bring offerings to these gods, you were shunned from the community. But the thing is, we see here that being part of this community and being influenced by the community also created death. Furthermore, when people became part of the Christian faith, or the people of the way as they were called in that day, they were shunned from their own families, so dead on either which side. By being included in God's community, they found a new family, found new passion within Christ. And even though they weren't warranted from everything not going their way, even though they were still persecuted by the Romans, they found a new community and found new faith and trust in God. They became part of God's people. So therefore, they found this identity within Christ. Christ not by works, but by being included with God himself. May we find that inclusion in God. May we see that we are part of this family across the globe, that God includes us, that we are not from this world, that we live within this world, and that we can have a good mind of where we need to participate in the city and where we need to be other. May you find your family. May you find your grace and your peace within God. The Lord's grace and peace be upon you. Have a good day. Cheers.